It's been exactly 1 month since President Trump's inauguration. In the 4-week flurry of government cuts, nomination hearings, and executive orders, one issue has been largely overlooked: gun violence.
Well, in tonight's cover story, the leader of the nation's oldest gun violence prevention group is sounding the alarm in a one-on-one interview with our Mike Lowe.
We're going to be talking about things over the next 3 weeks that I think will be amazing for our country.
Buried in the avalanche of news coming out of the White House was an executive order signed on a Friday afternoon in February aimed at rolling back former President Biden's efforts to reduce gun violence.
I, Pamela Bondi, do solemnly swear.
President Trump's order directed his new attorney general, quote, to assess any ongoing infringements of the Second Amendment rights of our citizens. Gun safety advocates are raising concerns about the sweeping nature of the order. Chris Brown is one of them.
Yes, our mission is to free America from gun violence.
She runs Brady, the nation's oldest gun violence prevention organization. It's named for President Reagan's press secretary, Jim Brady, who was shot in the head and permanently paralyzed during an assassination attempt on Reagan in 1981.
Significantly driven down gun violence.
Brown says Biden-era reforms, like background checks and restrictions on who can purchase weapons, increased public safety. Undoing them, she says, has the potential to undermine that progress.
We're not a lawless nation, so there should be no reason not to have laws that actually save lives. And in fact, laws like the Brady background check, which stands for a proposition that something like 97% of Americans agree with, that if you go in to buy a firearm and you're a convicted felon, you should be denied that firearm.
Meantime, the NRA praised the executive order, saying the Biden reform efforts went too far.
It's an excellent start to restore the rights of gun owners that were trampled on by the Biden administration.
President Trump has also signaled he intends to stop federal spending that doesn't align with his views.
Chicago is also my hometown, and it's great to be here.
In April of last year, then Attorney General Merrick Garland visited Chicago.
Violent crime is devastating to the victims who are injured or killed. It's devastating to the entire families that are shattered by the loss of their loved ones.
To announce federal grant funding for community-based anti-violence programs, money that could be in jeopardy.
What are the consequences for Illinois and Chicago if President Trump is successful in stopping federal funding to some of these gun violence prevention programs?
They're looking at potentially freezing funds that would flow to Chicago, including nearly $400 million in grants directly to the state of Illinois that have programs with impact in Chicago.
One of Garland's early initiatives was launching ATF strike forces in 5 major cities, including Chicago. Now, some ATF agents are being redirected to enforce President Trump's top priority.
The Trump administration is putting an emphasis on immigration enforcement. How could that possibly affect what's happening with gun violence prevention?
Taking away scarce resources of ATF agents whose job is to focus on those dealers contributing to those crime guns and shut them down is hugely problematic and will increase violence. It will increase death and injury in this country.
It comes as the nation is making progress in reducing violent crime. In 2024, gun deaths decreased for a 3rd consecutive year, dropping 12% from 2023. Gun safety advocates say a big factor was the coordinated approach led by the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention. It helped shape the first significant gun safety legislation to pass in 30 years.
While this bill doesn't do everything I want, it does include actions I've long called for that are going to save lives.
The office has been shuttered by the Trump administration.
What is the potential impact of the closure of the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention?
There is no possible rationale for closing that office, unless what you want to do is simply ignore that gun violence is the #1 killer of our kids. And to me, that is horrific, because not having the office does not change that. It only worsens it.
We have got to reduce violent crime.
The Attorney General has 30 days to review the gun policies on the books. In Illinois, Second Amendment advocates are eagerly awaiting her findings. The Illinois State Rifle Association issued a statement saying, quote, "The Illinois State Rifle Association is pleased. We will see what effect this has on reversing some of Joe Biden's draconian regulations and other actions." For Brown and other gun safety leaders, the next 4 years will present challenges. But she says those challenges come with opportunities.
We still live in a democracy, and lifting your voice and raising your voice around these issues remains very, very important.
In downtown Chicago, Mike Lowe, WGN News.